Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to another edition of Adesope Live, the official Afrobeats Podcast, where we break down the hottest topics in the culture here with a special guest, or I just have a one-to-one interview, as always, here at Afrobeats Studios in London. Big shout-outs to everybody for supporting, subscribing, sharing, liking, commenting. We appreciate the support. And as always, to Afromedia Studios, LM Media, and Shoobs.com, where you can get your tickets to any events that you'd like to go to, bottomless brunches, share you switch off your phone, bottomless brunches, and all that stuff. Make sure you go on Shoobs.com. And if you're an event promoter looking to sell out your event, Shoobs.com is where to get your tickets loaded, because everybody's on there trying to go to the amazing parties. So what are you waiting for? Get Shoobs in now. To my right, a guest all the way from Lagos, Nigeria, to join me in the studios to break down the hot topics this week. It is Chacha from the Super Drive Show on Hot
3.3.
93.3 FM. Welcome, Chacha. Listen, man, it's a pleasure to have you in the studio.
It's great to see you.
Yeah, we always connected via social media. I see the good work you guys are doing over there. You're in my city. Welcome to I&I Land.
Thank you.
And how has London been treating you so far?
Fantastic, actually.
Is it?
Yes.
What was quarantine like? Driving you crazy?
I felt like I was losing my mind at some point. And I started putting the real me out. On a couple of my friends always tell me that on your Instagram, we need to see the real you. We only see you smiling. We don't know you in-depthly. We can't say it. I started putting a bit of myself. And people were like, you're bored. I'm like, no, I'm just showing you me. Man, it's crazy.
So what's the, I know there's been a little bit of, some people are not too sure about taking the vaccine and stuff like that. What are your thoughts about that?
In all honesty, in the beginning, I was like, I'm not going to take it. Then I graduated to saying, I want you guys who have taken it to be the lab rats.
The guinea pigs.
Yes.
And see if we go crazy.
Yeah, I want to see what's going to happen. Yeah. But now I think I just want to take it.
Yeah, you need your freedom.
I do. It's not even about the freedom, but it's like, it's just, I have other vaccines. I mean, what's this one? And it's 2021. It can't be that bad.
And apart from that, a year and a half ago when people were falling on the streets and dying, we were begging for these vaccines. So now that we've got it, what's the problem?
What's the problem? It's the mentality. That's the problem. Everyone is scared.
Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. We're going to look at some of the headlines this week, and headlines such as Tiwa Savage reveals a sex tape blackmail, Schwabenegger from Ghana stepping out on No Bra Day, and riots in parts of Cameroon as a 3-year-old shot dead by a soldier asking for bribe, and lots more. We're going to kick off straight away in the United States of America, where Nigerian superstar Tiwa Savage said during an interview with legendary broadcaster Angie Martinez that she was facing blackmail by someone threatening to leak her sex tape. An intimate video with her and her current boyfriend, which she said wasn't going she said she wasn't going to pay the alleged blackmailers for. Well, the singer went further to say this was an intimate moment between two consenting adults. However, if leaked, the media in Nigeria, and that's Chacha and her colleagues, by the way, will attack her for it. There has been comments on social media with personalities weighing in on the matter. A video of an intimate moment with two consenting adults, or mistake all adults should try to avoid. What says you, Chacha?
First of all, I haven't seen the video yet.
Neither
I already feel like I'm pregnant for Tiwa Savage because her body is amazing. I would love to see, but not that I want her video to be out. And the crazy thing is, the average woman has the fear of their, bodies being out, or what we would say revenge porn.
It's a big crime here, in the UK and stuff. And they, the justice system frowns on that heavily.
Even in Nigeria, I believe that if you put out someone's video, you could spend 3 years in jail. Or pay 7 million, right? Or both of them.
Facts.
And people are still doing it.
Wow.
Yes, a lot of people have been victims of that. And I know for a fact that this is mental abuse.
Yes.
So if that happened, Tiwa, I don't know. Paying a blackmailer, another thing is a no-no for me. You know why? They're going to pay this person now. tomorrow the person is bored, or the person is hungry, or the
might
person
come
is
back.
want to slap and the person is probably gonna think, you know what, I have Tiwa Savage's video, let me go again. But if you own it and come out and say, okay, yes, it's out, what do you want to do? I'm not paying you. We move on from it. And I believe her body is nice, so she'll be all right.
What about some sections of the public with personalities coming to publicly criticize her, to say somebody of that stature should not have put themselves in that position, and other people saying, you know, a lot of us have made, and us in quotes, have made, you know, mistakes in the past
Right.
that we might not be proud of today.
That's the honest truth. I don't understand why people are attacking Tiwa. A lot of people have done it. And there are also people who don't intentionally put out their videos or
Yes.
pictures. Say, for instance, Tiwa says it was a mistake.
Yep.
It wasn't even her partner who wants to put it. Her partner posted it by mistake, right?
Yep.
On Snapchat. And someone screen recorded it. We're adults, right?
Yep.
We do things like that. You might be in love and you say, okay, I'm going to send my selfie or send this part of my body to this person. People do it.
Yep.
Even the people who are screaming, Tiwa is this, Tiwa is
Yeah,
that.
come on, man.
They have
There
done
are a lot of
it.
hypocrites out
Check
there.
their WhatsApp media or their
Boom.
history. You would see pictures. You'd be like, Mia, who? It's perfectly normal.
Yeah.
But Tiwa, I can't imagine what she's going through, because one thing for sure is if a woman hears, I have videos of you, or I have,
terrible thing.
it's not even about even seeing the video. There's this psychological thing that just goes in your head. You're like, okay, what's
Someone
going on?
just wants to embarrass
I
you.
mean, you're probably just walking on the road and your heart just skips. It's mind fuckery.
Absolutely.
I'll say that. It's like, nah. There's something aside from people seeing you naked. There's this whole mental issue, and I really hope Tiwa is around the right people. That's if there's actually a video.
You said if there's actually a video, because that
she
ties into the fact that some people also claimed that it was a publicity stunt. I doubt that very much.
You know, if it was a publicity stunt, it was a good stunt.
Is it? Would
it
anybody
be
throw such a statement out at probably one of the most influential media platforms in the world, Power 105 or Power 106 or whatever, with Angie Martinez?
When you think about how, you know, things like that have helped some people, you're probably just going to think, okay, there's no video in the first place. You're not going to see any video. If I say, I have this thing out, people will be like, oh, okay, what's going on? Then 2 weeks later or a week later, there's a video with Brandy. So who knows if it was, let me get sympathy from I'm in America. I'm not saying that to this because I absolutely love Tiwa.
You're
But
just
say
playing
for
the
instance,
devil's advocate.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm in America. People are more, but I say, they feel sorry for you if that sort of thing happens to you. Look at Kim Kardashian. I mean, they feel bad. You could be the most horrible person, the worst person, but if they hear, oh, someone's about to disgrace you or make you feel embarrassed, they might have this, little, soft spot for you. And then the next project you're on, they're like, okay, let's see what she's about. And, she has streams on her, somebody's on music video with Brandy. So you never can tell.
Let's talk about that record. Somebody's son, from the minute the EP came out, it became an instant fan favorite.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people identified that record as being special, not only because of the lyrics to the song, but also the collaborator on the song. Tiwa, to us, within the Afropop community, is an icon, a legend.
Yeah.
And teaming up with somebody that's an icon and a legend in the R&B pop community worldwide, it just felt like this was going to be a special record. And the responses via social media, from Nicki Minaj to, everybody is going crazy for this record. And the video's out, absolutely beautiful, shot by Meji Alabi, by the way. What are your thoughts about that record and what it's doing to the female community? Because it looks like you ladies are hoping for somebody's son, I don't know whose son that is, but somebody's son to find you one day.
Everyone wants love, right? I mean, do you not like love? Do you not want to feel like there's that special someone you connect with, right? People do crazy things for love. Not gonna lie, first time I heard this song, I was like, okay. Then I heard it started growing on me. Then I saw this video. I spoke about it on my show. I was teasing that. In fact, for about a month, every female artist that came on my show, I would ask them if they've ever heard, any of their songs and cried. So I saw the video she had with Brandy, and she says, she started crying, and Brandy looks at her like, waiting this up for you. What's going on? And then Brandy gets
Caught the
emotional as
emotions,
well.
too.
I'm like, that was as contagious as a yawn. But okay, why are you guys crying? I didn't understand it. But when I think about how Tiwa felt or feels for Brandy, maybe this is someone she's probably looked up to all her life, or even copied her melodies or something, and she's on a song and it sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
If I could sing and I was Tiwa, I'd probably shed ugly tears as well. Hearing it, most likely. Really.
There was a video of Tiwa performing in Sacramento, and a fan, well, a beautiful lady, I think it was a lady that was crying profusely. You know Nigerians, man. Nigerians, I don't know, as a Nigerian, we all need some mental evaluation somehow. Nigerians commented under that video, say, this one don't chop plenty breakfast.
For her to be crying was inside. What if it was even minutes before? I know.
Yeah.
She had to share those tears. Maybe that was her escape. That was, her closure. Music does things to you. So
absolutely. Well, shout outs to Tiwa Savage. That record is definitely on its way to becoming a classic already. Yes. Women anthem. And we know how powerful women are when it comes to records. Now, over to Ghana, where TV personality Afia Schwabenegger caused a stir as she marks No Bra Day in style, stepping out in a fitted see-through dress, showing her boobs without bras. Now, fans and critics were split on the matter, with some praising her for her outfit, whilst others criticized her for her extravagance. No Bra Day, yay or nay?
First of all, it is No Bra Day for me every day.
Oh.
All year round.
I
don't know if it's maybe the size or it's just really uncomfortable to wear bra. You see, I this year I haven't worn a wig as well.
Wow.
So it's like when I wear a wig,
it's just stressful.
Then wearing a bra, it's like let me be free. And I saw the picture, by the way.
Yeah.
And she looked beautiful.
It is stunning.
I said, look, I went this way. I was like, what's going on here? And she looked amazing. So I was like, I didn't even notice that her nipples were out. Then when I looked the second time, I was like, oh, nice. By the way, we're Africans, right? We have, what country is it? I'm sure a lot of African countries have cultures where they don't wear bra.
That's where you're taking it. Okay, I see that.
Naked.
Okay,
so
I'm with that. I'm with that.
South Africans, they do it.
In Nigeria,
I mean, even on the bus, outside, in front of canteens, women have their things out.
Yeah.
And this fashion is going around with a lot of women going without wearing bras in. I don't fault them. As long as you look good and you're comfortable, go ahead, baby girl. It's like women empowerment.
There's also the conversation, I think nowadays, especially mothers that are breastfeeding, are also having this very strong conversation to say, they should be allowed to breastfeed the kids in public, and people shouldn't sexualize, a woman whipping out a boob to feed a baby or whatever. And I think it also ties into, little things like a no bra day or something where women can be free. We go topless and nobody's looking at us in the summer we're driving without shirts, and that's okay. If a woman was driving in central London without shirts, topless, the amount of cars that would be honking at her. So is it, like you said, women empowerment? Is it some sort of just saying it's my body?
Yes.
And I can do with it what I want.
I would say that. But when we talk about the women who breastfeed, you can't actually control how another person thinks of you. Right? You can't look and say, I want you to feel this way. It's impossible. There's so many pervs out there. There are people who are even attracted to babies. So yes, very disgusting, right? So just to be safe, I think that if a woman is breastfeeding, you're going to cover up. Yes, that's okay. But the women who want to go out there and bed all out, my dear, enjoy yourself. It's a very few. If I could, I would. If I could wear something transparent, I would do that. But I don't think my facilities will look nice enough like that.
Facility. That's a very important. So at the end of the day, shout outs to Afia Schwabenegger for her no bra day antics. It looks like Chacha approves.
I do. You look nice.
Now, over to Cameroon, where a soldier has been attacked by an angry mob and beaten to death. The soldier in question allegedly shot at a vehicle carrying a 3-year-old to school because her mother, who was driving at the time, failed to stop immediately for the soldier to offer him a bribe. His bullets apparently hit the vehicle and the child, killing her at the scene. Now, images of the baby's dead body and her mother tearing off her own clothes in tears, naked, can be seen online, with the angry mob taking the body to the governor's office. This story is one too familiar, where crooked police officers fired innocent civilians for failure to hand over bribes, killing and maiming people in the process. This is one of my biggest fears when it comes to being in African countries, where, you know, people, that men and women that work for the security services that carry ammunition can fire at will because your driver refused to stop at a checkpoint, and you're looking at being hit by a stray bullet. I know someone who's passed away with that, came from the UK. His story was even worse. He actually stopped, gave them a couple dollars or whatever. In excitement, they fired up.
Oh, no.
And boom, one of the bullets ended up in the stomach, and that was it. You know, so I've seen this firsthand, and this is a horrible reminder of this story. What are your thoughts about this? And share your experiences based out in Nigeria and what it's like when a police officer, drunk police officer, stops you late, dead in the night.
You know what's crazy? It's like there's something in the air in Africa. I mean, this happens everywhere. Now, aside it happening in Africa, it started to affect our people in diaspora. Say, for instance, Dubai. I hear that Nigerians or even Africans aren't taken seriously. They're killed anyhow because they're most likely seeing it happening in our homes. Like, they're like, okay, they treat each other like this, we might as well do it. No parent wants to bury their own child.
Facts.
That is very, very heartbreaking. Now, when you come to Nigeria, I'm more afraid than the Nigerian police. I'm more afraid of a policeman than a random person, street urchin, or a tout.
Wow.
I feel that's honest truth. Some people call me Agbero. They say I'm Ajabo and Agbero. I don't think I'm Ajabo.
You've got streets, you've got that posh side in you.
Because you would see me conversing with a tout, and we're having a conversation, and I can understand them. We can talk about it. But in Nigerian police, you first of all, you talk to them and they don't want to hear. Now, they're afraid of the media. I've been in the car so many times. I'm driving, not the one driving, and I show my ID card, especially at night, and you hear a policeman hiss and say, "Come on, Joe, they go," because they don't want anything with press. I've had a situation before I even got on radio. I was doing PR at that time, and I've had a situation where I had a friend who came from the UK, and then I was taking her from the club to her hotel room, and then we passed an area, and that side is in Oniru. There's a police station around there, and then these guys stopped me. They were talking, and they were drunk. I could smell it, and I'm there
police
smiling.
officers.
Yes, and I'm like smiling, talking, like, because my friend obviously would have been scared.
Yes.
This was like her second time in the country, and I'm talking to the guys, and one of them says, "Come down." I came down. I've had 2 instances like this. Came down, and the next thing, one of them comes from behind, like the back seat, and says, "What is this?" And I look like, "What is that?" He shows me a joint. And I'm like, "No, that's not mine." Like,
so they're trying to frame.
And this was like 4:30, and then I said to the man, I said, "It's not mine." I had to. Let's just be logical. I said I had people in the back seat before. It might have been for them. Say, for instance, one of them was saying, let them go. Where would they go? The one that was drunk was like, "Enter the car. We're going to the station." I was like, okay. Drove to the station. They said I should park opposite. They decided to search me. That day, I haven't actually mentioned this out before. I was wearing a tube. These guys opened my shirt and they were shining their lights. No bad day, always. So they saw all of me. Then my friend was taken to a corner, and I'm just like,
damn it.
Then I called
someone.
Do you know
the trauma?
I called someone that we were all at the club with, and his dad is somebody in police force. And then this guy calls, and then I was talking to the guy, the policeman, one of them that took me aside. after shining his torch, he was still holding. He wanted to check inside, and I'm like, okay, this is what's going on. Then the guy says, give them the phone. They were shouting at me. They're not going to give them the phone. I said, okay. Then he says, put it on speaker. I put it on speaker. And the guy said, my name is so and so. The next thing I hear is, okay, sir. All right, sir. And they let me go. So when I think about that day, I'm like, what if I didn't have someone now? My friend is not Nigerian. She gets lost. Nobody's looking for her. They think that she's probably followed some guy somewhere. They won't know it's police. I have another instance. This was during election period. There's a friend of mine who wanted food at that time. He didn't have money. And I said, then I was working on Banky W's campaign. I was in his campaign team. And Banky had just given me a laptop. So my car wasn't working. My friend says, how far are you home? I said, no, I'm still at the campaign office. Come on. He says, oh, I'm hungry. I'm broke, blah, blah, blah. I said, I have food at home, but you have to come and pick me. He says, okay. Came to pick me. He was driving a Mercedes. Came to pick me. Was taking me back. At that time, I was living at Afrobeats Road. And everyone who knows that road in Lekki, you know that it's dark. You know the road is messy. It's just before a beach. And these policemen are always at the beach. When you enter the beach, you see that they're smoking.
Drinking.
Right? They look like
living.
They're joining the guys, the touts there. They're joining them to toast babes. They're doing all of that. And they parked just before my estate. And one of them says, calm down. Whose bag is this? I'm like, it's my bag. The guy that was driving was looking. And that day he hissed because it's like, they've seen Mercedes-Benz, young boy. They automatically feel this guy's a fraudster. And he's saying to himself, like, now where I no get money. Hey.
Because you're not going to be able to pay them off.
Do you understand? And I'm like, don't worry. I told them I'm coming from the campaign office. Whose laptop is this? It's mine. And I open it. And they say, calm down.
I can close the door. Yeah.
And they say, calm down. I came down. I was so hungry. So I even had my own food I was eating from work. So I came down because I'm like, nothing is going to happen. Came down. They said, did the same thing. Went there, searched, brought out a medicine bag. And they tried to pin it on this guy. And this guy was looking at them like, I don't even smoke. So it's not mine. And that thing obviously looked like they probably bought it from the beach where they're coming from. They said they searched the guy's phone and they saw his bank account. I remember it was 1,000 something. And the guy was like, I'll give you the 1,000. And they started insulting him. Before I know it, I was so stubborn-headed that day. I sat down on the boots and I started eating. Because there's no money in this guy's account. After a while, they just said, me on they go. They got tired.
And they found out that they weren't going to make any money.
And that was me being lucky. I've been lucky a couple of times. But there's so many other people that are not lucky. You see tomorrow, there's a body on the road. Where did he come from? From the police.
Straight bullet.
There's someone, if you go to the police office, they'll tell you, make sure you bail whoever is here before Friday. Because if you spend the night there on Friday,
anything can happen.
By Monday, you're going to either the courts and you can get there. And what you were accused of or why the police arrested will change. They'll replace you with someone. So it's scary. I'm afraid of the Nigerian police, not going to lie.
It just looks like it's not only a Nigerian disease now. Now we've seen in Cameroon, it just means that the security forces and people that are being paid and employed to look after the citizens and take care of them are now the ones taking full advantage of that. And you know, being reckless with their weapons. And, you know, a 3-year-old child.
Oof. I can't imagine what the family's thinking.
I just couldn't, you know.
They're never going to get over it.
They're never.
The woman is probably going to see a police officer tomorrow and her heart skips.
No.
Like she can break down.
That's even if she survives till tomorrow.
Heartbreak,
the
right?
biggest trauma ever. So I just hope that the more we keep talking about these terrible, horrific stories, that hopefully the people in power who we know have been consistently unbothered about the people's pains. Maybe one day,
Amen,
one of them will change their ways. Amen. Now, over to Nigeria, where the row between music legend TwoFace Idibia and Oleku Kruna BRYMO rages on. Now, BRYMO had previously made allegations that he had been set up by the music icon, which TwoFace and his management denied heavily, threatening legal actions in the process. Well, BRYMO tweeted that he was yet to receive any letters indicating that he was being sued, calling TwoFace and his team's bluff in the process. Now, this story, when it broke online, obviously got everybody thinking, what the hell is this craziness? BRYMO alleges that someone had claimed that he had a relationship with TwoFace's wife and blah, and then he got set up and some people physically assaulted him. Him claiming that was TwoFace. TwoFace came back hitting hard in his defense, threatening legal action, that this is words of, a crazy man or whatever it was, and that the threats of him being dethroned as a legend or an icon.
No one can dethrone TwoFace.
What are your thoughts about this messy story that keeps on giving?
I don't know this narrative that is starting to be painted about BRYMO, where people think it's crazy, where people think
they've been doing it for a long time, though.
Yeah, it's like
that's the narrative.
Vocal. He's vocal about how he feels.
Yeah.
Now they're saying you're going mad, but I'm not gonna lie. I was reading over his tweets, his comments about this whole situation. At some point, I was confused.
Because it started from somewhere.
It's like, where are you going with this conversation?
Yeah.
The part that got me confused is when he mentioned that someone his friend asked him if he wanted to join a certain organization. And he said that he doesn't mind it, but he doesn't want to be battered.
Yeah.
Then it comes back to say, someone says someone had an issue and it happened to be him and they beat him up. So I went to school, right? I'm a graduate, right? And if someone says, do you want to join an organization? And the next person responds and says, I don't want to be battered. Is this an initiation to something?
That's probably what he was trying to say.
So is he saying that TwoFace is in the same organization? And he said, or is he saying that TwoFace says, you had a thing with my wife, I'm going to deal with you? Now, is TwoFace also doing that? Say, for instance, that was true. Is he also doing that with everyone he assumes has an issue or has an affair with his wife? That is the biggest insecurity. And also, why would you, Tubaba, like you're here, why would you...
There was nothing to gain.
No, not even that. Why would you be bothered that there's a BRYMO going after your woman? It's like, why would anyone even do that? If TwoFace actually got people to beat up BRYMO because there was a rumor about him and his wife, or there was a statement of BRYMO saying he's going to be at the top, or he's going. I think that's just the biggest insecurity, and I don't know TwoFace personally, but it doesn't
I know him.
Look like what it doesn't seem like what he would do.
The person TwoFace that I've known for over a decade definitely doesn't match the stories in that tweet. Of course, people can say that you can't know someone fully unless you live with them. True. However, I've had many encounters with the man himself that, the story definitely seems off. To each their own, BRYMO can, he has his reasons for whatever stories. Yeah. Nobody is trying to discredit him. Right. However, a lot of people are just speaking on the side of the fact that the TwoFace that they know doesn't match the description in those tweets. So however,
why would you want to fight for it?
On BRYMO's side, the argument is that the stories look so well detailed and well put together that people are thinking, if he actually concocted this, then that's why the claims that they're saying that this guy maybe he's lost his mind, because the story is so detailed. Like, he's going through like layers of information. But ultimately for me, I just think regardless of what the real story is, the stuff that BRYMO's saying about wanting to dethrone TwoFace or whatever, I think that's definitely, like you said, that's a strike off. Nobody cares about that publicly. Nobody. But again, within the entertainment industry, they take those things seriously,
True. Someone recently said that the competition...
Don't play with that.
Everyone can fly.
Some people take those kind of claims seriously. If you look back in the days when we had like traditional Fuji singers and stuff like that, they real stories that a lot of people even went to voodoo magic to fight their rivals.
Wow.
They were all dating the same. They were dating the same women. It was so crazy. Like, it was real stuff. So there's some young talents now. Okay, let's go from that and to take it to, someone like the women, for instance.
Right.
One of the biggest issues we have why the women have had difficulties in really working together is because of the narrative that the press and some fans put out there.
True.
That this person is coming. Oh, this is the new Tiwa. This is the new Yemi Alade. Oh, Thames, she shut everybody down. Everybody.
When Aerostar came out, people were saying, "Oh, Thames, get ready."
It's good night. Ira Star was just born 2 days ago. She's still in Pampers, as far as I'm concerned. Like, you understand what I mean? But they instantly.
It's a fun thing, They like to put two people against each other. I think it gives them that excitement and that thrill that, yes, this my stand or my what do they call
better
it?
than
It's
yours.
better than yours, and they want to take it personally. It's something enjoyable for them. But if an artist himself or herself is thinking that way,
sometimes when you hear
focus
it
on you.
When you hear it about a million times, sometimes when I post stuff about Wizkid, I see 100 messages in my post where they say his fans are there saying OBO badass. I'm like, can you just
It's
quit?
only normal. It's only normal. OBO,
30
Starboy
BG.
FC. Yes, 30 BG and Wizkid FC.
Wizkid FC. Let me give you a joke. Whenever it looks like they think that I'm giving OBO a little bit of props and stuff, some people come into my DM, Baba, Wiz don't do something today. You never post time. One guy actually came into my DM. When I saw his message, he had sent me about 20 messages in the past with different things about Wizkid. The last message was like, now me and you own this your page.
Wow. I was about to say, like, they want to control what you put.
Yes.
Nah.
They don't play.
They own your page. Just take it.
Yeah. They're like, now me and you together, now we own this page.
But they do.
Now, finishing on a sad note, over to Kenya, where the world woke up to the shocking news that world record holder and Olympic athlete Agnes Tearop had died of stab wounds and was found in her home. The 25-year-old runner, who was being referred to as a Kenyan sporting ambassador, was the current world record holder and being touted for much more success, but sadly lost her life as local police declared her husband missing and named as the prime suspect in this case. With further details to be revealed, the sporting world mourns the loss of this great athlete to what seems to be another case of domestic violence. We can't stop talking about this horrible disease in the world today, but extremely prevalent in Africa. Domestic abuse. We've lost somebody that was she's 25, she was 25, on her way to dominating in the world scene, being such an ambassador to Kenya and the sporting world in Africa. Such a terrible loss, especially this way.
Especially how, she was just in a prime. My heart goes out to everyone who has lost someone recently. And also, it's very scary. Some people, I'm so sure, are scared of success because they feel once I get there, someone is out to kill me or someone's out to end that. And now, this woman's life was ended by someone who she claimed she loved or who loved her. It's like, how does love turn so sour? Like, how does it get so bitter? One moment you're in love with someone. I always want to know, what happens? What is that triggered?
Switch.
Yeah, especially someone who was not violent before. What happened? What kind of spirit entered you? But they say that there are always signs, right?
Yep.
I always say that if you're in a relationship with someone and this person hits you once, my deal breakers are very few. But that one, once a man hits me, I can tolerate anything. You can scream at me. You can, be rude, but do not touch me. I'm not going to say that I'm obsessed with myself or my skin, but the moment you lay your hands on me, it's like you've killed me. Yeah. I've ended a relationship because I was hit, and then I was 3 years down the line, 4 years down the line, this person is you saying I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, but you disrespect me. I can allow you do anything, but I don't take disrespect lightly. Do not disrespect me in public and even in private. And private is by hitting me or touching me. Don't do that. The moment you do that, it's like tomorrow I let you do this. The next thing, you're stabbing me. So if you're in a relationship and you've been hit once, you'll be hit again. Don't say, oh, no, it was just one time. If it doesn't happen this year, it'll happen another time. Because for a man to bring his hand up and hit a woman, it's like, nah. My parents never hit me growing up. First time my mom told me to kneel down, I was laughing. And then the first time, someone hits me, I was traumatized. I actually went to work. And people didn't know because I always have this jumpy, happy personality.
And you're just in a daze, shocked.
I think for about that whole week, I wasn't myself. I still would be like, I'd leave the studio, go to the bathroom, cry, come back, dust myself up, smile again. You never can tell that what's happening. Till date, this person still says, oh, I'm sorry about that. But whenever I remember it, it's like my heart just skips. It's like, okay, so you could raise your hands to
It's the worst thing. For me, I think you lost an argument. I've had friends who have been involved in that horrible action. And what I say is this, there's nothing you can tell me. Once you say you hit her, you've lost the argument.
It's like gone.
And for me, it's just as scary because I know how women can be scared in the arms of their man. Add on top of that, a violent man. So, that's the worst thing anybody can.
I didn't know that I was traumatized till, so I was playing, when you're with your partner, I was in another relationship, and I was, play fighting, and then my partner did this, like he lifted his hand, and I jumped, and then I was like, please don't do that. I didn't know that. It was later when I was thinking about it that why was I scared? And it happened. It happened another time, and my heart jumped up, and I ran away, smiled, and I said, "I don't know. Okay, you know what? Stop. I'm not doing this again," because I was still, I couldn't believe that this is like 2 years down the line, and I still feel this way. And
that was just one.
That was just one.
Imagine those that endure this horrific crime on a daily. We need to, I've always said it here, we need to definitely speak to the young boys. We need to catch them young and let them know that, listen, violence against women is a no-no, and the punishment for that should be at the highest level. The highest level. I don't care if it's a slap, a hit. It's the highest level. Violence against women is a crime against humanity. It has to stop.
It does.
Now, finishing, you're from Niger.
Yes.
You play a lot of music on your radio.
Yes.
Who should we be looking out for from Nigeria next? Nigeria has had an amazing run in the last couple of years, and especially the last 12 months, with new stars popping up left, right, and center. Ira Star, Malay, this and that and the third. But there's always somebody in Nigeria that's bubbling over. And it's about to
look. I'm not going to lie to you. There's just too many people. It's like you can't think about it and say, nah, this person is next. During the time of Wizkid, everyone knew, from Holla at Your Boy, from Tease Me, people knew that this guy, with how hungry he was. Now it seems like these guys have the same hunger. They also have something that I absolutely love. They are more, when I say they're supporting each other.
Yes.
These younger guys.
Yeah.
Now, Buju, for one, is what I would say that now he has turned into the person that you must have.
The go-to guy for a hit record.
So let's just say Buju happens to be next. Buju happens to be the one everyone would not stop speaking about. I love the fact that he has moved from a couple of phases, especially, when you're signed to a great label and then you leave. And then the moment you leave, you get featured on a song that becomes the biggest song. Yeah. And then you leverage on that. A lot of people have been on, they've had hits.
Yes.
But the next song is like,
they struggle.
Now, it's something where you get this level and then you can hold on to it. And Buju is doing just that. I absolutely do love that.
I agree.
For the women, who do I see? I would love, this is a personal one, I would love Good Girl LA's music.
I thought you were going to say her name, actually. Because I've been on Good Girl LA for years, man. I believe.
Amazing.
The record with Vector. Ellie Mama, take you in bed.
Good Girl LA.
That's a record.
There's a song of hers that I I don't know what it does to me. It's like
She's amazing.
What's the song? Well, would you bless me? I don't know how to sing. Please
Bless me.
just let me know how to help. That song. Whenever I listen to it, it's like the Holy Spirit is going through me.
That was very deep.
Good girl, LA and Buju.
That's amazing.
Really rooting for them.
Well, I'm rooting for you. Thank you very much for coming into the studio. It's been a pleasure catching up with you. Chacha from Hot 93.3 FM
or you
in
can
Lagos.
just call me the Happy Fairy.
The Happy Fairy. Where can people follow you on social media?
Instagram, Twitter, everywhere is Charity O. That's Charity OWOH. I'm nice on social, so yes.
Yeah, in Yoruba language, OWO means
money. But
goodie.
This one has a H. I think they say it means warrior, so yes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up this episode of Adesope Live, the official Afrobeats podcast. Make sure you subscribe, share, like, comment. And until next time, from myself and Chacha, is peace. We're out. Right.